A global namaste to all the viewers. A good morning, a good afternoon, and a very good evening to whichever part of the globe you're joining us from. We welcome you all to the MINLA Zoom session. MINLA means Nina and Lalit Soda. Nina Khagram and Lalit Soda met last April in 2020. They met online and discussed what we should do during the pandemic to motivate and inspire people. And hence, the birth of MINLA Zoom sessions took place, whereby we sourced for speakers who are motivating, inspiring all over the globe, and we got connected with them. We wanted to spread the message of peace, love, motivation, inspiration, health, and well-being to all the people on this globe. And hence, we've been doing this over the last 47 plus weeks and regularly conducting this Zoom session. Actually, not 47 weeks, it's more than a year and a half, but we have done 49 sessions of the MINLA Zoom sessions, and we are ongoing, continuing this year. Today, it gives me a great privilege to be collaborating with the Gujarat Samaj Educational Trust from Goa and our wonderful, awesome speaker, a humble human being on this earth, a gentleman one would want to get connected with and meet and grab a hold of his positive energy. He's none other than our world famous Dr.Micky Mehta. Let me tell you a little bit about this wonderful speaker that we have today with us. Dr.Micky Mehta completed 51 years of yoga and has been for 40 years in this industry. Dr.Micky Mehta is a global leading holistic health guru and a corporate life coach to many Bollywood superstars, to the top politicians in India, and several Miss Worlds and Miss Universes. He's also trained the police, the army, the navy, the air force personnel. An honorary double doctorate in holistic health and life sciences from the Open International University for Complementary Medicine. Dr. Micky was awarded the Health and Wellness Icon Award of India by the Economic Times and is among the 100 most impactful wellness leaders of the world, as announced at the Global Wellness Conclave in the year of 2018. We have a super gentleman with us. He is also a recipient of the Fit and Fab Global Spa Award of the year 2019 as the pioneer of the holistic health and wellness in India. Work Hard Foundation felicited Dr. Micky Mehta for his commendable work during the lockdown as a corona warrior. He is the author of the bestseller, The Shunyan Quotient, and Lose Weight, Gain Shape. He's been a speaker at Harvard University, IIMS, IITS, and held holistic health workshops globally. Recently, he's been appointed the Fit India Movement champion by the Sports Authority of India. He is also part of the steering committee at the Indian Merchant Chambers Wellness Steering Committee. His shows on Hotstar, Tata Sky, and Airtel are absolutely super hit. Every morning, India wakes up to the radio 94.3 and gets Mickey-mized. The author, the poet, the philosopher, the brand, the institution, the legendary Dr. Micky Mehta, who gets you energized, naturalized, optimized, maximized, wellness revolutionized, and gets you Mickey-mized. And that is our super awesome speaker for the MINLA Zoom session today. My God, ladies and gentlemen, open your videos and let's give him a standing ovation, a welcome on the MINLA Zoom sessions. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. We move this session onwards to our Goa Gujarati Samaj, and he is none other than our very favorite Mukesh Bhai Saglani, who is actually born and brought up in Goa as a Gujarati and currently in business of iron ore mining, shipping and hiring of mining equipments. He's been associated with Margao Gujarati Samaj since a very young age, and he has been the president of the Samaj for the last 14 years. He's the founder trustee of the Gujarati Samaj Educational Trust Special School, which operates a school for the mentally challenged and hearing impaired children, and has been the chairman of the trust for the last 16 years. He is also associated with the Lohana Mahaparishad as the president of Goa region. He was also the president of Sri Dakshin Bharat Lohana Samaj for one term of 3 years. He's been recently appointed as the member of the State Advisory Board on Disability constituted by the government of Goa. Apart from this, he's been associated with several activities in Goa. And today, Mukesh Bhai is with us on the MINLA Zoom session. A very warm welcome and a global namaste to you, Mukesh Bhai. Welcome on our session, and I leave the floor to you.
Thank you, Lalit Bhai. On behalf of the management and staff of Gujarati Samaj Educational Trust Special School, I'd like to welcome all of you for this talk show. Dr. Micky Mehta, who is a global holistic health guru, and the show today is going to be health and harmony. Who else better person can be for this today's program? Because in today's pandemic, the health of the individual is very important, not only physical but mental health also. So I am sure Dr. Micky Mehta is going to give us excellent guidance today. A little bit of our Gujarati Samaj Special School. Gujarati Samaj Margao started this school almost 38 years back, and then it is basically for mentally challenged and hearing impaired children. Gujaratis from Margao, all of them contributed, helped us to reach this stage, and today it's a full grown, I should say, આપણે જે ગુજરાતીમાં કહીએ વટવૃક્ષ છે 38 વર્ષનું. And I'm happy that Gujaratis and other community people all over Goa and outside Goa have also helped us throughout. The special children, what we are talking today, basically they don't need sympathy, but they need empathy. They need your love. They don't ask for any type of sympathy. And our aim is mainly, after the age of 18, we put them in vocational training, and we see that they are put in outside open employment. Last year, we managed to put about 6 children in open employment. They are on their own and supporting their family. And we are coming up with a rehabilitation and employment center for differently abled children also, a big project which is under construction. Hopefully, it should be ready by 2022 March. And those children who cannot go out and work, will be providing them sufficient work in the our premises itself, so that they can earn some money and support their families. I would not take much of a time. I would once again welcome you all who have joined this show today. And on behalf, once again on behalf of Gujarati Samaj Educational Trust Special School, MINLA, Minaben and Dr. Lalit Bhai, I once again extend a warm welcome to Dr. Micky Mehta and all those people who have joined this show. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mukesh Bhai. Thank you very much, all the way from Goa. You know what? We are all connected over this globe. Mukesh Pai is from Goa, India. Our awesome speaker today is from Mumbai, India. Our very wonderful lady, Meena Ben, is from Kenya, Africa. And I am in Europe, in London. So look, 3-4 different continents, and the viewers are from all over the world too. Amazing. This is what we want to do, spread love, unity, harmony, and peace all over the globe. Next, what we want to do is the session doesn't get a kickstart, Dr. Mehta, till our lovely Parsi Bai, Mrs. Meena Ben, Gujarati Meena Ben Khagram, doesn't give this a kickstart by traditionally welcoming our guest speaker, Dr. Micky Mehta. Meena Ben, Sahib Ji.
Sahib Ji. Micky Bhai, that's for you.
Arey, so good, so good.
And the chokha.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And special heart for you. Welcome.
That's so sweet, so sweet. This typical woman, typical Indian lady, typical Hindustani nari, and typical heartful person, typical heartful lady.
Thank you. Global namaskar to all. Jambo from Kenya. Karibuni sana. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the flamingo city of Nakuru, where Lake Nakuru is famous for wildlife and flamingos. Nakuru County is no more a county, it's a city of Nakuru, is the one where world famous fastest runner like Eliud Kipchoge are born. My cute cousin Lalit and myself, Zoom MINLA, are super excited to welcome you all who have joined in today in this Zoom session and on Facebook Live. Warm welcome, Divine Soul Mukesh Bhai Saglani, our active supporter of our Zoom. Welcome to our guest speaker, world popular Go Green Guru, Mickey Mouse. So, Mickey Mehta, maybe I've been calling you Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Okay, Bibi and Vana, let me introduce to you our backbone of this session, MC Mr. Lalit Soda. He is a chiropractor, he is a professional speaker, and he is an author, and he has received of many awards, including Marwa Journalist Award. But he always humbly says, don't mention it. One of the religion books that he has written is this, Mickey Bhai. Thank you, Lalit Bhai. Over to you.
Thank you, Meena Ben. Always saying kind words about me. We take the session forward and we want to hear everything that our wonderful, awesome speaker has to give out as knowledge. Let me tell you, this gentleman is a patara of knowledge. And let us get everything out of him. So, Dr. Mehta, the floor is all yours, and I'll let you start with your first few words, and then we'll interchange our questions and answers.
Okay, great. So, Goana Gujarati Sahib, Mukesh Saglani. So, when Lalit Bhai said, Mukesh, मैं सगलानी बोलिया तारे मारो साउंड उड़ी गयो खाली नहीं आयो मेरे को मुकेश अंबानी आवी गयो भागो हाँ गोवाना मुकेश अंबानी पण भाई તમને ખબર છે કે મુકેશ અંબાનીની બેન દીપ્તિ સલગાંવકર ગોવામાં રહે છે અચ્છા that's number one. So Lalit, I don't know whether you're soda or lemon, but Lalit, I love you very much. You are a wonderful person. ને મીના બેન તમે જ્યારે મને કીધું કે આફ્રિકાથી સેશન છે મને લાગુ તમે ઝુલુ કપડામાં આવશો મને બી ઝુલુમાં લઈ આવશો પણ તમે તો ગારામાં આવી ગયા મજા આવી ગઈ ને બીજું કે હવે મારા બહુ જ એકદમ ખાસ મિત્ર મારા હિમાંશુભાઈ બોમ્બેથી છે he is logged in only for my love. So Himanshuભાઈ, love you very much. Love
Dr.
you.
Micky Mehta, give us 1 second and we will spotlight Mr. Himanshu Mehta. He is today a yellow fellow. He's a yellow fellow, divine fellow.
મારો ભાઈ છે,
spotlight
મોટો
him.
ભાઈ છે. હિમાંશુ હાથ કર.
Oh, lovely. Love you, brother. Love you.
Thank you, Himanshu. Thank you.
So these are two super yoga instructors. I know Himanshu Bhai Mehta does yoga on the Juhu beach. And one aim is to do a session with him on the Juhu beach and then spend my time with Dr. Mehta also. So
Right.
here, the two wonderful superhuman beings are here. Thank you very much, Yogesh,
Thank you.
Himanshu Bhai, for coming in.
Thank you. Thank you.
So મીના સિરિયસલી કોઈ દિવસ સારું યોગ સેશન કરવું હોય તો હિમાંશુ ભાઈને બોલાવજો, તમારા આફ્રિકોનોને એ લોકોની ફિટનેસ ભૂલાવી નાખશે. Okay, so coming to our today's session, so
Yes.
health and harmony. I mean, everybody in the world, everybody, and when I would say everybody, you know, it's just not you, me, and him. Everybody in this world wants health. The word health came to fore around a year and a half back. Everybody knew what medicine was, everybody knew what cure was, but what health and healing was, everybody realized when they found it missing. When something is missing, you realize the importance of it. So humans had lost it completely. So when I say humans had lost it completely, I would say in the sense of health. Humans literally had lost everything in health, and humans had taken health for granted. And because of which we had to be woken up with a shock. Now, if every human being on this earth would be disciplined in Charyama, then yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dhyan, dharana, samadhi. If somebody would be completely aligned with the Ashta Angas of yoga, which means that self-control, self-discipline, order, ease, then postures, then of course regulated breathing, then internalizing of senses, then focus, concentration, then absolute dharana, which means determination as well, combination of that, and samadhi, and jenati bhakti siddhi ave. So all your siddhis in life, from health siddhi to vak siddhi to vachan siddhi. So when you're completely with the Ashta Angas of yoga, you are a perfect flower or you are a perfect fruit. Because you are completely fragrant and you're completely sweet and you're completely ripe and contributing your sweetness, color, and fragrance to this world. Every healthy person is always uplifting the others. Every healthy person is spreading the sweetness and the fragrance of its being to everyone else. So health is not to individual. Health is to the environment. And each time a healthy person goes in any samaj or any environment or any vatavaran, that environment and vatavaran gets healed, gets harmonized, gets energized, gets Mickey-mized.
Whoa.
So I think healing is a state. Healing is a state. It is a process of a human body, a process of evolution, but yet it is a state in which the state is dynamic in a very relaxed way. So there is dynamism, but there is no aggression. There is dynamism, but there is no violence. There is dynamism and there is love. So, you know, apna Mukesh bhai bolya ne ke empathy is what differentiates us from the animals. Sympathy and compassion is what differentiates us from the animals. Empathy ne, Hindi ma, Sanskrit ma, there's a word called antrik sahanbhuti, antar sahanbhuti. You feel what the others feel and you feel from the others' shoes. And this is real empathy. And you just don't feel, you respond. So always remember, in health, you respond. When you're unhealthy, you react. So when you're unhealthy, you are an inorganic chemical just waiting to explode and react. And when you're healthy, cool, calm, collected, integrated, you're always responding to life. You are life affirmative. You are smiling. You're wanting to embrace everybody and every just thing around you with the same love and wanting to be there. So health is about first putting your life in order, then putting your body, biochemistry, bioelectricity in order, your organic being in order, and your psychological and emotional being in order, and of course, allowing your spirituality to nourish and flourish. So how does healing happen to a human being? Now, this is a question which the modern science approaches in a very fragmented way. So modern science has compartmentalized health. And it's very sad that modern science mixes up health with medicine and health with medical science. So medical science is curing in nature. Of course, it is wonderful. It is divine, without which we wouldn't be here today. It saves our lives. It gives us relief. But medicine's cure and health is about healing processes which are inherent in nature and which have to become coherent in nature. So inherent, it is there. Now, how do we make it coherent? We make it coherent by simply not rushing through life. So the first rule of life is being and becoming. No rush, no chase. The second rule for health and healing is stop and pause. The third rule of health is rearrange, reorganize your disturbed being by simply practicing Maum, sadhana, shanti. So we say, every time we say, how I wish I knew, how I wish I knew, how I wish I knew, we stress over that so much. Instead, I think one should let go of that and simply be like a mountain dew, independent of everything that is happening outside of it, just so blissful in its state of being. And this is what health is. So health is not being inconsiderate, health is being considerate, but remaining unfazed. And health is all about flow and rhythm. And in this rhythm and flow, one is completely flowing with circulation of blood. One is flowing with circulation of air. From air, we get the 20% of oxygen saturation, which we need. From air and oxygen, our lungs vibrate all 5 liters of vital capacity of air and that we need in our body, and through which our hearts pump oxygenated blood, clean blood, and brings every cell alive in you. And when you're 60, 70, 80, whatever odd million cells or billions of cells in your body come together and vibrate together with one symphony, in one harmony, that harmony is said to be healing in nature. So may it be a food which influences your thought, word, behavior. May it be a thought which influences your food, attitude, and behavior. May it be a behavior which translates into productivity and optimism. And may it be your attitude of optimism which becomes very magical and transforms the whole world miraculously within you and outside of you. So I think, in short, this is healing. So your food can heal you, your breath can heal you, your sunshine can heal you, your sleep can heal you. And when everything comes together and your heart doesn't throb just life, it throbs and throws out love. So life becomes love when you're healthy.
That is an amazing comment, that life definitely becomes love when you're healthy. And this is the spirit that we should all be going, particularly through this pandemic phase, as you would agree, Dr. Mehta.
Yep.
Yeah. So I have a question for you. You are so energized, revolutionized, optimized, energized, and Mickey-mized. I have to ask you, who is inspiring you to become so mesmerized?
So, Lalit and Meena, ever since I was a child, I used to get inspired by legends. But when I crossed my teens, when I came into my 19, 20 and went beyond, the first inspiration who touched my life was, of course, Osho. So, I must have gone through approximately 5 to 10,000 hours of Osho's work on various things that he's spoken. And then number 2, my second inspiration was Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. I've I used to see his Vedic Vision channel in India, and I saw this for 3-4 years until it was plugged off. And of course, BKS Iyengarji, I've read his books. Haven't met him. And Deepak Chopra, I've met him and read his books. And so Osho and Deepak Chopra have been my highest contributors to my life. And I can comfortably say both put together, I must have crossed 10,000-12,000 hours of learning. Then, of course, then comes our Sri Sri Ravi Shankarji, Sadhguruji. So Sadhguruji, Baba Ramdev, I've met personally. I've interviewed Sadhguruji for my documentary, Gandhi the Healer. And how can I not forget Baba Ramdev, जो हंस के एक आंख मार के सबको योग सिखाते हैं और पूरी दुनिया में योग की आग लगा दी, literally. He set the stage on fire and made yoga world popular. And lastly, I would seriously, I'm very inspired by Hansaji of the Yoga Institute, 102 years, the oldest institute of the world. And till today, Lalit, I'm telling you, you must get her on the show one day. Till today, every day she makes YouTube videos. You see a smile, it is very infectious. You see the way she laughs like a child. And you see, if you meet her in person, the glow and aura that comes out of her. And, she, is willing to hug you warmly like a child and give you the motherly blessings. So these have been some of my great masters. And of course, then if I were to go to Zen, then Lao Tzu, Chuang Tzu, I've been very impressed by them. And Tao Te Ching I've done a lot of reading on Tao. So Zen and Tao they've been my favorite. And I would say Aristotle, Confucius, Heraclitus, read them all. But nothing to beat our Indian Vedic Upanishads, Atharved, and lovely shlokas, and Sanskrit. So Sanskrit is very impressive. So actually, if you see Sanskrit, so Sans means sanskara, Kirit means kirti of the sansar, kirti of the mankind. And this is actually the kirti of our seers and sages. So when I say that we are coming from the lands of seers and sages, Sanskrit is their gift to us. Now, sans the sanskaras and sansar. So from sansar comes sanskaras. From sansaras and sanskaras comes Sanskrit, the kirti, the mahan kirti of our sages and seers. And this kirti is the karya, the dharam of life, which becomes the karam of life.
Wow.
So we are the lineage. We are the lineage of these sages. So I bow to all these sages and I bow. And it is so important to understand that Sanskrit is certainly not a language. It is certainly a tool of a modality of communication which is scientific in nature. Because when you speak Sanskrit, you not only speak through your mouth, but your polyvagal nerve is engaged. Your solar plexus, your Manipura gets engaged. Your epiglottis gets engaged because Sanskrit has vibrations. And through the vibrations, it gives rise to manifestations. So if a Pandit would sing Rag Megh Malhar, rain would happen. That is the power of Sanskrit, which is why this way Sanskriti. The Ati Uttam Sanskaras and Kirti of India. So Hindu, and it is Hindu Sanatan Dharma, which means the Hindu's way of life has got nothing to do with Hindu religion. Hindu's way of life was very spiritual and it was self-evolving in nature. And the evolutionary process was constantly there. Today we have to stop and get into evolutionary process. Earlier evolutionary process was a way of life. Those days people didn't need to meditate. Meditation was a way of being and becoming, was a constant seamless process of life, being and becoming. Always with a smile, always with a laughter. We didn't know what stress was. We didn't know what strain was. We knew what harmony was. We knew what symphony was. We knew what songs were. We knew what earth, we knew the Pancha Mahabhutas. We were in love with nature. We were in reverence with nature. And in relevance with nature, we related our lives. In the lap of nature, we grew with the Ashirvad of nature.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And it's amazing how many people have actually touched your life. And we are very proud to say, Dr. Mehta, that Osho Shailendra Singh, Swami Shailendra Singh ji, was our guest speaker just before you 2 weeks ago. What an amazing personality, what amazing teachings. And thanks to Meena Ben, actually, for bringing him on board on MINLA Zoom session. So amazing. Yes, I totally agree with you. And obviously, the works of Sadhguru ji, Deepak Chopra ji, Baba
Amazing.
Ramdev ji, amazing. Now,
Yeah.
you mentioned Ma Hansa ji, who is at 102. She's doing videos daily. Well, she's one lady who very much is a true inspirer to the globe, I would say, as you would say too. You've got to put us in touch with her so that we can connect with her
I will
and bring
certainly
her on
do.
our Zoom session.
I will certainly do. However, I really don't promise and commit, but I will give you my best to it. In the
Absolutely.
interest
Thank
of
you.
mankind, we will do that. And well, her institute is 102 years old, founded by her husband, Yogendra ji. So institute oldest in the world.
Huh. Very good, very good. So thank you. We will definitely be doing that. Now, you know what? With all your wealth of knowledge that you have, the audience would love to hear if you had to share 3 tips of health and harmony. And you've got literally, I'm timing you because I know you have another commitment, not in a very short space of time, but we would like to hear top 3 tips from you for the benefit of the audience to remain healthy and to remain harmonious according to you. What are the top 3 tips?
So the first tips, my fingertips. The second, my toe tips. And then my head tip. Okay, that's a joke.
Get it?
Okay. So, 3 things, if I were to call the pillars of health, all right? The 3 pillars of health, according to me, the first one would be breath. Okay, breath is fundamental to life. Without breath, one cannot exist and seamlessly continue to live and progress and evolve. Number 2, when you are in breath and regulated breath, there is rhythm and harmony. So when you are in rhythm, harmony, and flow, what comes to you very naturally is love. So love is the second fundamental pillar of wellness, because compassion literally calms you down. Lalit, you're a doctor, you will agree with me that people who are happy and with a lot of oxytocin inside, who are fulfilled with love within and without, they rarely need medicines. So second is love. So love is the greatest healing factor. Breath is the greatest regulating factor. Love is the single most healing factor. It's great energy. And third, I would say, most important for health, which has no direct connection with health, but still it's important, it's an attitude of optimism. So when I say health, health has to be a part of theism. So when we say theism, which means the belief in the absolute. So theism is the belief in the absolute. And because you believe in the absolute, you believe in your own being as well, because your being is a part of the absolute. Now, when there is a complete belief and a self-conviction and self-confidence within you through theism, what translates into your attitude is optimism. Because you become a magician of changing every situation and circumstance with your focused energy, with your absolute involvement, and there is constant alchemy happening in your life. So let's go back. So regulated breath, which puts everything in order, which has the capability of reorganizing everything. Number 2, I would say love, love, love. Okay, which has the ability to heal. Okay, ability to bring you to ease from dis-ease, love. And number 3, I said optimism, theism, faith, and optimism. Lalit, you'll be surprised that while I work with fatally ill people and fatally ill patients, wherever doctors have truly written them off. We've used only these things, three things primarily. We've used herbs later. We've used yoga later. We've used Ayurveda therapies later. But primarily, when we've got the families, the fabric of the family together, when we've increased the love and attention quotient to the patient, trust me, the patients have bounced back from the dying saline and oxygen.
Wow.
Right? Now that's number one. Then number two, when we've made patients just keep breathing and sucking in air, even with difficulty to begin with, eventually the rhythm happens. Do you remember, Lalit? In olden times, there were cars where one would put that rod from the front in the radiator and do boom, 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 start the engine. Okay, so we didn't have self-start or key starts then. So there would be a dynamo. So breath is that dynamo,
Wow.
which can turn on the dead engine of life. And thereafter, it can keep it ticking and going. So, while I was working as an associate with Tata Memorial Hospital for almost 18 months with my team, we were doing the nutrition and we were doing the breath, breathing and yoga. Lalit, to my surprise, when we made them breathe, when we gave them good nutrition, when we told them to go and sit in the sun, when we asked them to sit below trees and be in nature and heal themselves, all the hurt soul, the hurt pain, the emotions, the mind, even poorest of poor, they turned around. It was not medicine which did the trick. Medicine, of course, controls. Medicine, of course, cures. But what heals the human soul is breath, love, and optimism. Three most important things.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, breath, love, and optimism. Write that down, ingrain it in your mind. These are the top 3 tips Dr. Micky is sharing with us. Once again, Dr. Micky, through the lion's mouth, number 1.
So number 1 comes breath.
Breath. Number 2.
Love.
Love. And number 3.
Number 3, optimism, theism, faith, conviction, optimism.
Brilliant.
Be the captain of your life. Be the choreographer of your change. Be in charge, not in control.
Brilliant. I
Because
like the terminology there. Be in
control brings
charge.
aggression. Control brings aggression. Control brings violence. Control brings ego into play. Being in charge, drashta.
Perfect.
Chaitanya bhav. Jagruti. Simply be awake.
Brilliant. Thank you for sharing those top 3 tips. Really appreciate that. Now, the next question comes. The audience is not aware of your teenage years that you are right in. But let me tell the audience that Dr. Micky Mehta is stepping into the 60th year very, very soon. Is that correct?
Thank you for exposing me. Now Meena won't come for a date with me now in Africa.
Meena Ben is happy dating anybody. Don't worry about that. She's a lovely lady. She's a great company. And she's not going to say no to a wonderful gentleman like you. But what is the secret? Look at her. She is, I'm going to expose her to in her 70s and looking like she's 50. And you are in your 60 approaching and you look like 35. What is the secret behind your youth that you portray there?
You know, Lalit, very intimately, if one were to see one's own life, I'm using the word intimate. One wants to get intimate with the world, but before that, you need to be intimate with yourself. So this is one very hidden secret for any successful, healthy, vibrant human being. Now, as only humans, we can learn to be this. A flower cannot be intimate with one own self. A fruit cannot be intimate with one own self. But when you, as a human being, when you are in charge of the superconscious evolution of your own being, you are introduced to yourself. And when, meditation is nothing but an opportunity to know yourself. Meditation is nothing but an opportunity to deep dive and see your own reflections. Meditation and mourn, they are nothing but getting deep inside and enjoying your own company and thus getting intimate. If you are the most boring person on this earth I mean, neither the people outside will like you, nor the person inside you will like you. So if you need to be intimate with somebody first, you need to be intimate with yourself. And once you are connected with intimation, intimately, your duality dissolves. Once your duality dissolves, then completely in the state of deep radiance, deep vibrance. So there is a shine, there is a glow, and there is a throb in the heart, which is throbbing, synchronized with the throb of the universe. So I mean, people talk about food, nutrition, running, fitness, Zumba, Pilates. Kuch nahi, simple. Be intimate with yourself. That's number one. All the other things, the madness will come later. Anything where there is bang, bang, madness, cacophony.
This is the joys of the virtual world. We do get interrupted with Wi-Fi. We do get interruptions with the network. But hey, this is the way of the future. So we are currently interrupted with the signaling from India. So let us see if we can get connected with Dr. Micky very quickly again. But let me tell you one thing, ladies and gentlemen, while Dr. Micky Mehta is sorting the Wi-Fi signaling, maybe the bandwidth, maybe the signal, let's see what the issue is, and he will be on board with us again. Ladies and gentlemen, what are the top 3 things he talked about? He talked about breath. Number 1 key of remaining healthy is the breath. Number 2 is love. Love yourself, love others. And number 3 is having that mindset of optimism. This is vitally important to maintain for optimal health. May I request Meena Ben to connect with Dr. Micky if he is currently, it seems like he's logged off or somehow gotten disconnected, and if we can bring him on connection again. And while he is coming on board, if we can spotlight Mr. Himanshu Mehta.
That's right. I was going to say that.
That's correct. And he is the yellow fellow, divine fellow who's here with us. Himanshu Mehta is, Himanshu Bhai, it is Mehta, that's correct. A super yoga teacher who I had an opportunity to host last weekend on one of the platforms where I do hosting on healing our earth. And Mr. Himanshu Mehta was actually going to be showing yoga on Juhu Beach and believes yoga is the most integral part of your well-being. Now, I can't understand these yoga gurus. How come they all look so young? This young gentleman, young-looking gentleman, is 60 or 60 plus?
Plus.
60 plus. Look at him. And he's 62. So he's showing me 2 fingers, but he means 62. I know that. So what is your secret, Himanshu Bhai? What is your secret of such wonderful yoga that you're doing?
Yeah, as Micky Bhai rightly said, love thyself, love others. Okay. Dil saaf, man saaf, pet saaf. Simple.
Ah, I like that.
Sugaj Bhai, barabar. Micky Bhai avi gaya.
Avi gaya che? Okay. Minabin? Okay, there we go. He's here. He's energized and he's Mickey-mized and he is back onto the MINLA Zoom session. Welcome, Dr. Micky.
Thank you, thank you. So I was telling you about, yeah, I was telling you about intimacy, and that's the secret of absolute wellness. आपने कहे ना कि केवल्य की दशा, केवल्य नि अवस्था and केवल्य की दशा. These both are nothing but a complete totality of well-being. So when you are intimate with your own being, in the state of rhythmic breathing, in the state of moan, in the state of absolute deep dive, in the state of, becoming completely oblivious of everything outside of you and just completely alive to everything inside of you. And after which would probably come the food, the exercise, and everything else. Of course, necessaries for the material plane, but pre-material, akasha, pre-material, spirit, the soul, atman, for which very important that you become completely aware, completely awakened, only with intimacy with yourself. So the duality of polarities merge together at Shunyam quotient, and I'm sure this is your favorite question.
It's
So
coming
the
up.
duality, it's coming up. So the duality of polarities, they merge together at Shunyam quotient, and it is at Shunyam quotient you meet yourself. Because you are a divided entity on the positive side, and you are a fragmented entity on the negative side. But when the both divided entities come in confluence, so when we say yoga is a confluence of energies, so when the confluence of energies, the Ganga from here, the Jamuna from here, when they come together, a Saraswati is born, new entity is born. So intimacy gives rise to newness. Intimacy gives rise to creativity. Intimacy with yourself makes you productive. Intimacy with yourself makes you visionary. And intimacy with yourself heals you, heals the environment, and heals the world, because intimacy is that fabric where everything is stitched together in perfect harmony.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that amazing secret of youth is intimacy, intimacy with yourself. Now, Dr. Mehta, I know time is running fast and I have 3 questions which I must ask you.
Yeah.
And you have literally 5 minutes to answer those 3 questions. Question number 1 goes, tell us a little bit about the Shunyam Quotient, the book that you have written, and how can one get a hold of it? In 1 minute, if you can say what the story about the book is and how we can get a hold of it. It's all yours.
So let me tell you that when matter was born, the matter was born out of the Big Bang. Okay? So the split of reality was with diametrically opposites. Always remember, opposites complement and they don't contradict. Yoga says that use the opposite to complement and use the opposite to keep you in equilibrium, not tip the balance. The opposites are very important in life. So the Shunyam quotient literally teaches you not to hard balance, not to juggle. The Shunyam quotient teaches you stop, pause, the balance will happen. You don't have to struggle to balance. If you pause and stop, the balance will come. It's like when you're moving the compass like this, the needle is moving. But if you stop the compass, the needle will come and be steady. So even it is said that on a vector scale, if you were to see math, on a vector scale, the arrow is little off of 0 and there is a very quantum fluctuation happening there. So, but even in 0, there's a quantum fluctuation of the creative phenomena, which we call Akasha, which we may call Ishvara, which we may call Prabhu, which we may call Bhagwan. So Shunyam quotient is a perfect universal womb from which everything could be birthed and to which everything returns, whether we like it or not, whether we know it or not. It's like electricity. We really don't know that how the current comes from where, and the bulb comes on, the tube light comes on, but it happens nevertheless.
Brilliant.
But if we were to know about electricity, we would know how to use it, we would know how to generate it. So the Shunyam quotient is about being the master of your own reality, master of your own manifestation, dissolve, dilute, neutralize everything that is excess, extrain. I'm not saying negative. Because if you neutralize negativity, life cannot be just positive, it will collapse. And if you neutralize positivity, life alone cannot be negative. So life with negative and positive, 2 opposites, very important to complement each other. Somebody asked Khalil Gibran.
Yes.
That what is love? He said love is like a temple of God where 2 pillars on the opposite sides, they hold it together, complementing each other. So the Shunyam quotient is also the universal womb of love, and the love which has the power to become a prayer, and that prayer which can translate into worship. So the Shunyam quotient can get you into multi-dimensional state of being, prayer, worship, and absolute harmony, not just with your current environment, with the multiverses. So now what happens, the magic of Shunyam quotient, that physics dissolves. I'll tell you why. Because in Shunyam quotient, all lines blur. In Shunyam quotient, dualities blur. In Shunyam quotient, all distances and gaps, they converge into one. So now, Lalit, from wherever you are in London, and if you see the tip of the nose, ahead of you, there is infinity. Behind you, there is infinity. On your right side, there is infinity. On your left is infinity. So you are the center of your universe. Because universe is edgeless and you are the Shunyam. So recognize you as Shunyam and then go deep dive and recognize the Shunyam in you.
Wonderful.
And that Shunyam quotient, when everything is divided, what remains is zero. And if zero remains, zero has the potential to birth it all again. But if something, if we were to start, see, if universal womb to be something, then that something would get exhausted. The universal womb is nothing. And from this nothing, you can keep taking out as much as you want.
Wonderful.
This is the power of Shunyam.
A wonderful and an amazing book written by Dr. Micky Mehta on the Shunyam quotient. Ladies and gentlemen, this book is definitely a must to read, a book name that should be on your list, that you should be reading it. So where can we get this book from, Dr. Mehta?
So I think Amazon is the right place to get it from. But let me tell you, for people who are mentally, psychologically, emotionally distraught, they are in despair, they are in anxiety, they are in panic, have lots of hurt, pain, and resentments, this is a perfect solution for them. Perfect solution. And I have my other book which is written. This is a perfect book to lose weight, gain shape, and while you lose weight, don't lose your health. Your health goes up, your weight goes down. This is a very rare combination. It doesn't happen otherwise normally. And most important, it's a 4-week plan of Vedic nutrition, 4-week plan of perfect combinations of yoga exercises, 4-week plan of mantra jumping, 4-week plan of meditation and philosophies. So in 28 days, which is the 4 phases of moon, you can attain good health.
Wonderful. Lose weight, gain shape, and the Shunyam quotient are the 2 books, a must to read, available on Amazon. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you order your copy and get it at your doorstep. Last question. I have a very, very quick question because I'm once again aware of your timing. I want to ask you a question that you are a very popular personality in the Bollywood film industry and that you have worked with a lot of Bollywood stars. And in just literally, I would say I've got 4, 5 people that I would like to ask you about. And in just a very, very short statement, tell us how you enjoyed or how you felt working with them. And the first one, Priyanka Chopra.
Aspirational, ambitious, and super manifester, super success.
Thank you. And you've also worked with the super lady, Lara Datta.
Warm, compassionate, real, sweet.
Great. And another Miss India or ex-Miss India, Gul Panashan.
Gul Panak, educated, speaks a mind, bold, athletic, and vibrant.
Wow. And the next one, Mr. Amir Khan.
Realistic, pragmatic, grounded, warm, super intelligent.
Absolutely. And last but not the least, a very pretty actress of not so long ago, Preeti Zinta.
Charming, good friend, warm, practical, and an amazing company.
Lovely, lovely. Ladies and gentlemen, a superstar in himself, Dr.Micky Mehta, working with the top superstars, politicians, and top corporate people in not just in India, but today in the virtual world, he's working with all those people all over the globe. Dr. Mehta, thank you so much for sharing the secrets. Certainly something that I'm taking home with myself today is the 3 top tips: is breathing, is loving, and thinking optimistically. So thank you for sharing that. We will quickly move on to the next section of the MINLA Zoom session, which is our very famous rapid fire round. And Dr. Mehta, I literally mean a very rapid fire round. I have about 21 questions for you, and within next 5 minutes, we want to finish those questions, bombard them, thunderbolt them, but we need to get them through within the next 5 minutes. Are we ready for that?
So my rocket is ready. Let's
Your
do
rocket
it.
is ready. Well, so is mine. And so I'm going to tell you, welcome to the rapid fire round of the MINLA Zoom session. And the first question to you, cheesecake, ya to chocolate cake?
Of course, chocolate cake.
The topmost destination for yoga retreat?
My dream destination, Switzerland.
Yoga or Pilates?
100% yoga. What is Pilates? I don't know.
Who is the father of yoga?
I would say Patanjali, certainly, because Patanjali is what we revere.
Okay. And what's the secret of your youth?
Fun, fitness. So 3 Fs.
Fun.
Fun, fitness, frolic.
Oh, okay, great. Thank you. Your favorite motivational speaker?
Deepak Chopra and Osho, 2.
What do you think about laughter yoga?
Excellent. Supremely good for health. Very good for health. Healing in nature.
The COVID-19 pandemic.
Disaster of a human negligence.
Lovely. The Bollywood film industry.
Amazing, astounding, brilliant. Has kept us going, entertains us, has occupied all the space in our mind and hearts.
Brilliant. The social media. Your thoughts on social media?
A boon and a bane both.
Pardon me, repeat that again.
A boon and a bane both.
Aha, thank you, yes. Next one, Baba Ramdev.
Amazing, fun, superb, fire, wildfire.
Our Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji.
Visionary, dynamic, tough, hard, and daring, brave.
Dr. Mehta, your favorite street food?
I would say vada pav with bhajia inside and sugarcane juice with all the chutneys. With all the chutneys.
Juhu beach ki yaad dila di aapne to.
Come soon, Lalit, come soon.
Yes. And your favorite Bollywood actor?
I would say Akshay Kumar. Akshay Amir. I mean, I love Salman Shahrukh as well. Akshay Amir, you know.
Energetic, energized, Mickey-mized.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, Akshay and Amir, they are very disciplined, very organized.
Sure. Okay, Dr. Mehta, your ultimate goal in one statement, please.
Help as many people be happy, smile, heal.
Okay, next question. Mahatma Gandhi.
A God's gift to mankind.
The Shunyam quotient.
The point of transformation.
Your favorite holiday destination?
I love London very much. And I've been really yearning to do countryside in London because, I mean, I enjoy Panchgani Mahabaleshwar. So all my friends who have homes in UK, they said that you haven't seen the London countryside, the UK countryside. So that's going to be my favorite destination soon.
Soon as the COVID restrictions lift, you're more than welcome here.
I'm certainly going to pay you my respects.
Great. Last but not the least, this is the second last question. Dr. Lalit Soda's rapid fire round.
Amazing. My God, you kept me on the tip of my toes.
Not on the tips of your fingers, eh?
Certainly not. Yeah, those are too small. Toes are big. So that's
Perfect. And last but not the least, what was your experience on this MINLA Zoom session by Meena Kagram?
so, Lalit, we did some 3-4 odd shows together with
Yes.
Neil Kumar. So my gratitude to Mukesh Batra, Neil Kumar for
Absolutely.
getting this integration in place. And so my interaction with you for those 4 times hasn't been anything as if that I'm here and you are those 10,000 miles away. There is a heart resonance, and we connected instantly in the first go itself.
Yes.
And then I did a little research, and when Dr. Mukesh Batra spoke a lot about your family and your background, I felt so privileged to be knowing you. Then I did and incidentally, Dr. Mukesh Batra spoke to me about Meena as well. And, everything was just superlative in terms of fineness of personality, character, warmth, heart, everything. Now, coming to this, that, my experience of today's show, in particular with Meena, you, and Apra, Mukesh Bhai, Saglani Bhai, it has been it's like we all friends have got together, we are chatting up, and you're very graceful of my friend, कि Apra, कौन છે Apra? Himanshu Bhai. Normally Saturday evening, ભાઈ હોય ભાઈ અહીંયા ત્યાં હોય એકલા છે ને જરા તો આજે બધું છોડીને મારા માટે આવ્યા અહીંયા એ બહુ મોટી વાત છે. So when there is a confluence of hearts, when there is absolute consonance of the minds, and when there is congruence of our spirits coming together, and of course we resonate on the same plane, yoga is happening and love is happening. So Meenal, the way you opened up and introduced, and I think it was a Gujarati African song or something like that. My
It is
God,
an African song.
Gujarati. I was so amazed with your creativity. I loved your gara, and I'm going to go and tell my mother and my wife about your sari and how beautiful that I look. And sorry, you tried to dissuade me by telling her age off. I will still date her.
The husband is sitting next to her, but
Ada,
she will
husband ni
definitely take
parwangi,
me. No issues.
husband ni parwangi laine. Kaka, avisa Africa also. So Lalit, amazing. And Lalit, the way you conducted the session today, it didn't look like a structured session. It looked like a very candid fireside chat. Whenever I've been in the situation of a fireside chat, which very few compares or anchors realize, I've been the most comfortable. So you made me feel very comfortable, very warm. And Meena, thank you so much for all the love that you showered. And Meena ji, एक बार तमे जरा हिमांशु भाई ने योगा करावजो. ये जो गार्डन में जो करावशे ने तो બધા ઝાડ પર ચડશે. બધું વાંકો ચૂકું કરાવશે તમે લોકોને ને મજા આવશે તમને. લલિત, love you so much brother. ને મીનાજી, મીનાબેન, હવે કાંઈ પણ થઈ જાય, એકવાર આફ્રિકા આવવાનું છે તમને મળવા. હા, બધું ખુલવા દો.
Meenaben, you need to unmute yourself.
આવવાનું છે, નકુરુ આવવાનું છે. નાઇરોબી is a capital city, પણ નકુરુ આવવાનું છે. તમે જોવો, તમે કહો છો ને વેલ્સ જવું છે ને હાઈલેન્ડ જવું ને સ્વિટ્ઝરલેન્ડ જવું, ભૂલી જાશો.
આફ્રિકામાં.
અહીંયા છે
મીનાબેન, મારા એક બહુ સારા મિત્ર હતા, લગભગ 20-25 વર્ષ પહેલે. એમનું નામ હતું હશુ મસરાની. I don't know whether you've heard of this name. He was also Gujarati Lohana, and he was coming from Kenya. Kenya માં એમના બહુ ઓબરોયમાં આવીને દર મહિને રહેતા. ઓબરોયમાં. He would go around the whole world, but his birthplace, he was from Africa. So of course he's no more.
He must be from Uganda.
Uganda. મને ગુજરાતીઓ, આફ્રિકાના ગુજરાતીઓ સાથે actually બોલું વર્લ્ડ વાઇડ ગુજરાત સાથે બહુ મજા.
આપણે આપણે ગુજરાતી છીએ.
એકદમ
Lovely. Lovely.
Right.
Okay, so we will come to the end of this session. Thank you very much, Dr. Mehta. Before
Yeah.
we end, we
Yeah.
have our Mukesh Bhai Saglani from the Gujarat
Please,
Samaj
please. Bolo, bolo.
Educational Trust from Goa to actually say a vote of thanks to you.
Yeah.
Mukesh
Thank you
Bhai,
very much.
yeah, welcome on the floor.
Thank you, Lalit Bhai. Love thyself, love others. It was a wonderful experience. It was a great delicacy served by Dr. Micky this weekend. It was a cocktail of, what should I say, spirituality, inspiration, and deep insight. Uh, on behalf of Gujarati Samaj Educational Trust Special School, Goa, Margao, and MINLA Zoom session, I take this opportunity to thank Dr. Micky for his wonderful session this evening, and all the viewers who have joined this session today. I'm sure all of you have had an excellent time listening to this show. My special thanks to Dr. Lalit Bhai Soda and Meena Ben for inviting me second time on this platform, giving me the opportunity to showcase the achievements of our Gujarati Samaj and Gujarati Samaj Educational Trust Special School, which is, as I told you, 38 years old. And anyone who would be visiting Goa, most welcome. I would be really honored to host you, take you around my special school. And thank you once again. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much,
Mukesh
Mukesh
Bhai.
Bhai.
Ek minute, Mukesh Bhai.
Ji.
Now, since you're doing so much of Samaj Seva and so much of philanthropy, let me offer you, let me know when I will come to a special school and I will set up a system of improving their capabilities. So their senses, their faculties, their stability, their coordination, balance, and strengthening the immunity, limbs, and I will do that gratis, completely free. I will set up a system. Then તમે જેટલી બી વાર બોલાવશો હું આવીને સેવા આપીશ તમારી સ્કૂલ.
Thank you, doctor. I am really deeply honored by your offer.
No, because we need to participate.
Doctor, only thing is that currently due to pandemic, the teachers attend the school. They try and teach the students online. I don't know how you want to set up. So if it is with the children,
once everything opens up.
Yeah, once things normalizes, we definitely will make it a point to do something for these children. Thank you, Dr.
Micky. તમારા બજેટમાં same budgetમાં to make the nutrition work in a way that they progressively grow in their સત્વ ગુણ વાળું જમવાનું એવું સારું કરશું આપણે. So I'll set up a complete system for you, and then I can oversee it distantly. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you, doctor. Thank you, doctor. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much. Now, this is the mission of MINLA Zoom session, is to spread love, harmony, peace, and connect people all over the globe. And here it is. It's just happening in front of our own eyes. Our special Dr. Micky Mehta is offering his services at absolutely no cost for a wonderful cause to help the Gujarat Samaj, the special school, which is under the leadership of our special Mukesh Bhai Saglani. Mukesh Bhai, we are so thankful for you coming in. Dr. Mehta, thank you for that service that you want to offer them. Really appreciate it. And you know what? This is a mission fulfilled. So once again, thank you. And this session, Dr. Mehta, does not end till our Gadawara Ben doesn't end the session. Meena Ben, it's all yours. And a vote of thanks to Dr. Micky.
First of all, I want to introduce my golfer, my old man.
Hi,
He is okay. He is okay to take if you take me. That's Ellie, my co-host.
Hey, hi Ellie, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Micky?
Great. Love you, brother. See you soon. Hope to see you soon.
Okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is my pleasant and humble duty to end the session with the heartiest thank you. On behalf of Lalit, my cute cousin, and myself, we like to thank Mr. Mukesh Pai, divine person. Thank you all who have joined live on Facebook and in our Zoom session. Our special, sincere thank you to you, Raghuvanshi Mukesh Pai Saglani. Big thank you to Dr. Micky Mehta.
Thank
Mickey
you, thank
Mouse.
you. Mickey Mouse in the house.
Who is the star of this Zoom and very divine helping personality. Very educational session, I must say. Thank you all. Thank you, Ellie, our co-host. Can't add my thank you without saying big thank you to my cute cousin, Dr. Soda. Thank you all again. Thank you, Asante Sana. Habari ya jioni means good evening. Kwaheri. Bye.
Thank you, Himanshu. Thank you,
Bye,
Himanshu.
bye, dear. Bye. Bye.
Himanshu
Bye-bye.
Bhai, thank you for connecting.
Thank you, Dr. Lalit.
Mehta,
Thank
thank
you.
you. A
Bye-bye,
massive
guys.
thank you to our Neil Kumar and Dr. Batra who have actually connected us.
Oh,
My special thank you to Neil Kumar.
Yes.
Love Neil Kumar.
Of course.
See you, guys.
my best
See you,
friend.
guys. Bye, 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 bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Batra.
Ladies and gentlemen, before you all log off, let us tell you about our